Hey, welcome to Redemption Season 3 Draft Live. I had to end those horrible videos. I do not know why they weren't playing well. I thought it was just me, but I think it was for the stream. So, whatever, we are here and ready to go. Like I mentioned, this is Season 3 and pretty exciting. I think I was taking a look at the WAD last night. And I don't think there are. I already made this joke to a couple of people, but I don't think there are enough maps in there. So I'm really surprised that they were actually able to select a map list from so few maps. Very exciting. But we can go through the map list really quickly. I know the draft is going to start in about 10 minutes. Um, but yeah, I'm excited for this. I haven't played in Redemption yet, so um, I'm looking forward to that. And it looks like we just got another last minute sign up. So SGS, so I will add him to the list. Yeah, so it looks like we have a number of good signups ready, and let's just jump right into it. Last season, Tiger's team is the one that walked away as the champion. So Tiger is signed up again this season, not as a captain. So right, am I right about that? Am I? Yes, not as a captain. So that'll be interesting to see where he lands and see if he can repeat as champion, but as a player, not as a captain. Um, and going through the captain's list. And I'll go through it based on the draft order, the nomination order, I should say. We have Disparel, Nexus, Ninja Dog, Poto, Amar, and X Wizard. And everyone loves to change the spelling of their name depending on the mood that they're in. So thank you very much for confusing me. But we have 31 free agents. So, what's interesting about this season, and it would be nice if I had somebody to talk to about it, but I don't. They're doing an exhibition league, so basically, anyone that does not get drafted will get an opportunity to play in an exhibition league. So, let me tell you a little bit about that. Like I said, teams are going to be made up of the free agents. The commissioners are going to create the two teams following the draft. So because there are only 6 captains, we're looking at 24 players available. So there's going to be some, or I should say, 24 people playing in the league. There's going to be the remaining out of the 31 available to play in the exhibition league. We've done similar things in the past. Like I know DML had a B league. I felt like DML entirely was a B league, but that's because of Zach. And in the IDL, we did that a number of times over the years. So it's exciting to see something like this come back because it gives a lot of people an opportunity to play. Um, Teams are going to have the same rules as Redemption. It's going to be 3v3, 5 caps, 10-minute rounds. If the teams are larger than 3 players each, the players that sat out will automatically get to play the following week. So that's cool. It forces people to play and gives them playing time, and hopefully, I'm assuming, yes, okay, exhibition players will still be considered free agents. So if you're playing an exhibition league, I'm hoping that the captains in the actual league and maybe some of the players are paying attention to how people are performing because, as we know, things happen during the season and maybe someone might not be able to show up, but we have an opportunity to watch some players, play that could potentially be free agents and jump in throughout the season. So, although you may feel like being in an exhibition league is not, all that it's cracked up to be, it's really just an opportunity for you to showcase, who you are as a player. So exciting for that to exist. See how that goes. Yeah, so we've got about 7 or so minutes before the draft starts, assuming everyone's here on time. So let's talk about the map list. Let's see. Like I said, only a few maps in this WOD. I think there's only 100, so I'm surprised that they were able to choose some maps. But actually, I would say there's nothing like crazy out of the ordinary here. Like it seems like kind of went maybe more down the middle in terms of um, complexity of the maps and maybe just maps that people would understand. The first week one is Duke Nukem 2, which I know is a new map, but also as a concept is not like terribly complicated. So I have not seen that. I think it was played. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was played in um, Vengeance. So I didn't see it get played, but yeah, still fairly new. But I always enjoyed the layout of that map. I think it's a very easy map. It's a great week one map, really. It's just an opportunity to jump in and like not do something that's too crazy. So um, and then week two is Tundra Terminal, which I have played before, surprisingly for me. I also feel like that layout is pretty straightforward. Like slightly more, like it gets a little bit more complicated than week one, but yeah, I think I'm liking how week one and week two is nothing crazy, and it just kind of gives you an opportunity to settle in because this is only a 4 week season, so it's not five, your typical five. So really, your room for error is even smaller than it would be. So you know, say in a WDL where you have a 5 week season, you might be able to get away with losing two, maybe even three games, but here not so much. One game is a big deal, so we don't want to go too crazy with the maps. Excited for that one. I can't say this word, volcanicity, I guess. That's probably the map that's the kind of the more wild one out there. I guess for week three. So you get to sort of ease into it, and then week three, I think really in this season, whatever map it could be, right? Week three is going to be a good opportunity for your team. You've had 2 weeks to gel and get to know each other and get together, and really see like by that point, really you should know whether your team's good or if it sucks, really. So um, I think that's a good time to test it out. Um, and yeah, week four you rounded out with classic map four. Yeah, I know it's so hard for everyone to go a season when we don't play map one, map four, map eight. So here it is, map four. What can you say? Map's been played to death, but I was reading a couple weeks ago. I think Wiz said that wouldn't it be cool like by week four, you know you have some teams kind of jockeying for those last playoff spots. Wouldn't it be cool for and poor Legion gets used as an example in all of these situations, but I think he said, wouldn't it be great if a team like Legion's like bullies their way into the playoffs with a win on map four because it's very even ground, right? There's really not a lot that you can do on that map anymore that would surprise anybody. So it's just going to be about teamwork and I guess sheer willpower. So yeah, pretty good season. And yes, Nexus, Duke Nukem 2. Maybe I'm confused, but it is a newer map. Yes. Um, so yeah, let's see. We've got, like I said, 31 free agents. I would say, looking at the list, there are some people in here that I have seen captain quite a bit. I guess I could include myself into that category, but Stal not captaining, Dragon not captaining, um, Tiger not captaining, Lang. So it's going to be an interesting draft because I always like it where and the draft strategy is always interesting because you kind of do it differently every single time, I feel. But depending on the season, like if I was captaining, I would have put everybody on a list and kind of like ranked them, but also decided like depending on my nomination order, who would I nominate first? Like would I try to nominate somebody that I know is going to be popular for like a high amount and try and get like someone I know is going to be popular, but then I'm not necessarily interested in drafting. Am I going to like nominate them for $22 and then get one of the other captains out right away like that, so I have more of an opportunity, or am I just going to go for the player that I want? Um, I always enjoy. All I can't say I've been super successful necessarily over my last couple drafts. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I always enjoy watching the strategy involved in how we're going to draft. So um, I think there's this season looks interesting because there's going to be a lot of people who have been captains that are going to be playing, on a team. So that's kind of like having, two captains on a team, skill level wise. So that'll be interesting. I think we're coming up on the time that the draft's going to start. I see some people getting into a chat here, but I don't know. I'm going to wait until someone tells me that it's time to start. Yeah, Disparrow, 1 minute left, no roll call. Let me see if I can share Discord. I normally don't like doing that because I suppose then you can see the entirety of my Discord, but I don't really give a shit at this point. So let's see. Because it would be cool to watch the draft channel live instead of just hearing my voice commentate on what's happening. So let's see. Yeah, let's see. I don't want to maximize it because, yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all because I also want to have the screen up. So let's see. But as you can see from the channel, everyone is starting to get together. Customize. Oh, you can customize it. Let's see. Radius. Okay, that does nothing. Alignment, also useless. Cool. Maybe I'll keep that up. Let's see. But I want to throw the screen up so that I have it ready. I can add another one. Sharing multiple screens may affect your machine performance. I don't think anything could be any worse than those videos that I was sharing earlier that we're skipping. I don't know how that happened. It's quite annoying, but we're here now. So and it doesn't want to allow me the opportunity to share this Excel spreadsheet. Did I change rooms? No, but I'm finishing. Um, long story short, this is a second bedroom that is very small. So I only recently put the shelf up because all of this stuff was in the other room, and I live in a 500 square foot apartment. So trying to find room for all of those things, all of the things that I have, is quite irritating. What? I'm the auctioneer? All right. In that case, I'm not going to share Discord. So give me a second. I didn't know that I was going to be doing that. I'm fine doing that, by the way. But yes, please give me a moment. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to share on the screen, and I think I'm going to take myself out. 1 second. Okay. Maximize, customize. Yeah, we don't need to see me during this process, right? But I am going to play some stupid music if I can find it. Okay. Maybe they don't allow music anymore. That was a cool part of this, was just being able to play music so that, oh, there it is, so that I didn't have to hear myself talk by myself in a room. Nature sounds. I don't like this though. Okay, cinematic. Try cinematic. Okay, that works. Why not? To turn the volume down. Wait, I mentioned this also, is what the stop changing your goddamn fucking names. You know, as if X-Wizard isn't some made-up bullshit on its own. What are we doing here? Okay. First up to nominate is the Feral. Oh, by the way, everybody gets $30. I'm sure everyone is familiar with this already, but $30 each total. So the highest you can bid on somebody is $28. Because you need at least $2 available at the remaining end of this to select your final 2 players. I don't know why that line is showing up on this spreadsheet, but this is what you get, folks. Pay me if you want something better. Pay me. Why is your name not in the free agency list? Sorry. We're going to go out of order here. There you go. I must have missed your name. I apologize. But it wasn't on purpose. Oh, you know why? You know why? Because you signed up after. No, you didn't. Anyway, it's fine. We're getting ready. Disparel is ready. I'm ready. The world is ready. Let's see what happens. Disparel has nominated Tiger for $1. Amar jumps in at 2. Wiz at 3. Disparel 4, Nexus 5. Amar 6. This is going to go up pretty high, folks. Wiz at 7. Poto at 15. Poto. Oh, Nexus 16. Amar 17. Tiger going once to Amar. Okay, Nexus jumps in at set 18 there. Amar at 19. Okay. Tiger going to Amar at 19, going once. Nexus for 20. See if anybody's going to jump in. You know, as I mentioned, Tiger is a captain. Worthy player, Amar at 21. Just get to 28 already, guys. We know what's going to happen. Going once to Amar for 21. Nexus at 22. Exciting. Going once. I should really buy him going once. Going twice. Amar at 23. Are you guys just waiting for me to say going once? You know, I could type a little bit less than that. Okay, 23 to Amar, going once. Tiger at 23 to Amar. Going twice. Okay, Poto at the last second jumps in at 24. At least you let me get to twice there. Thank you. Okay, we're gonna go once. Tiger at 24 to Poto. Going twice. Amar! 25. Tiger at 25 to Amar. Nexus is out. Going once to Amar for 25. Going twice to Amar for 25. Oh! Poto at 26. You know, I heard that Tiger wasn't even that good. Going once. Tiger going once. To Poto for 26. Going twice. Will Amar jump in? Is it gonna happen? I'm typing it. Sold. Tiger is sold to Poto for 26. Alright. So that's gonna leave Poto with $4. $4. Up next to nominate is Nexus. That's going to be a good combination. You know, Poto and Tiger have played together a number of times, and they're always really fucking good. So Nexus jumps in, nominates Lang for 1. Poto jumps in at 3. That'll get beaten pretty easily, I'm sure. Yep, Ninja Dog, $4. Wiz at 6. Lang's going to Wiz at $6. Amar at 7. Amar and Lang, that would be a good one. Gonna go once to Amar at 7. Okay. I think people see me typing, they get nervous, they start to sweat. Amar at 11. Alright, get ready. Going once. Lang for 11? That seems kind of low. Okay. Lang for 11 to Amar, going twice. Disbarrel out of nowhere for 12. Amar jumps right back in at 13. I'm enjoying this Stranger Things sort of music. Going once to Amar again at 13. See if anybody's going to jump in at the last second. Disbarrel took the words out of my mouth. 14. 14. Amar back at it at 15. Going back and forth here. Gonna start typing, guys. Get ready. Heart rate going up. Going once. Okay. Disbarrel at 16. Poto again at 3. I'm gonna have to say no. Amar at 17. Okay. Get ready. Going once. Lang going once to, okay. Disbarrel at 18. Amar at 19. Alright. Going once. Why? What makes it so important for you to start bidding after I say going once? But Disbarrel at 20, by the way. Disbarrel is going. Lang is going for 20 to Disbarrel, going once. Lang and Disbarrel, that's a good team as well. Gonna go twice. Anyone want to jump in? Sold. Alright. Lang is sold to Disbarrel for 20. It's actually a pretty good purchase there. Leaves Disbarrel with 10 bucks available. My colors don't work. It's alright. That was pretty spirited back and forth. Actually, the first 2 picks really have been the same way. Exciting. I don't even know what color that would be. I guess yellow? I don't really feel like setting it though. There you go. Alright. Skull Rush 1. Poto jumps in at 3. Alright. Wiz at 4. Disparel at 9. That's all his remaining money that he can spend. Ninja Dog jumps in at 10, so Disparel is out. Disparel and Poto cannot bid on this. So Ninja Dog's sitting at 10 for Skull Rush. Going once. Nexus jumps in at 11. By the way, not to like make you guys spend more money, but I was very happy with Skull Rush last season in the WDL, and I think he's worth a lot of money. Going once. Not that I want to sit here and type all day. Wiz jumps in at 12. Going once. Skull Rush going once to Wiz at 12. Okay, Nexus jumps in at 13. 13, going once. Skull Rush to Nexus for 13, going twice. Okay. Sold. Alright. Skull Rush sold to Nexus for 13. Update this here. Alright, get him off the list. Gone. Goodbye. Alright, up next. Next to nominate is Poto. Some good picks so far. I always find it interesting when we go for like the, I don't want to say it like this, but you know, sort of the bigger quote-unquote name players first. We always do that, and then we do sort of the role players after, but we shall see. Style for 3. Poto jumps in with Style for 3. Disparel, of course, jumps in at 9. Somebody will beat that. I'm certain of it. Yep, Amar for 10, so that takes out Disparel and Poto. Ninja Dog at 11. I'm going to let this play out for a few seconds. But I can't imagine that Style will go for 11. Let's get the ball rolling. Going once. Style going once to Ninja Dog for 11. Nexus in at 12. Nexus still has some money to play with. I wouldn't necessarily recommend allowing Nexus, Skull Rush, and Style to team up, but you know, I'm not captaining this season, so I don't get a say. Going once to Nexus for 12. Style going twice. Okay, Wiz jumps in at 13. That was Wiz's first bid on Style, kind of waiting it out there. But we're gonna have him going once. Style going once to Wiz for 13. I see Nexus typing. As soon as I hit twice, he's gonna say something. I've played this game before. Or not. Okay. Sold. Style is sold to Wiz for 13. They played together in the last WDL season. It was the team of old men. So I guess the trend continues. Fuck. Yep, next to nominate is... Alright, so still 2 captains that haven't selected, Ninja Dog and Amar, but Amar is going to nominate somebody right now, so really, you know, he's just up against Ninja Dog for who he wants at this point. We'll see who he ends up nominating. Dranzer for $1, okay? Poto's just going to hit 3 every time. Poto jumps in at 3 for Dranzer. This might be a situation where it works out. Nope. Amar, $4 for Dranzer. I'll also speak about Dranzer because I won a championship with Dranzer, and I have a story about that. Story time, as I tend to do. Wiz jumps in at 5. Ninja Dog at 6. I played Dranzer because I knew Dranzer would help us win. Obviously, he's Dranzer. But he's going once to Ninja Dog for 6. Amar jumps in at 7. I played him as a point of contention, really, to piss Ralph off and prove Ralph wrong, because I was playing Ralph in the finals, and we won. Okay, Wiz jumps in at 8. There's a longer story there, but slightly busy here. Dranzer for 8. Wiz, Stal, and Dranzer, that would be a good team. Going once. Will it happen? Alright. Dranzer to Wiz for 8. Going twice. Will anyone jump? Okay, Amar jumps in at 9. Jumping in at 9. The last second. Let's see. I mean, you know, Wiz seems to be going back and forth on this one. He still has some money to play with. Going once to Amar for 9. Okay, Wiz jumps in at 10. Let's see what happens. Now, mind you, this was originally a nomination. Okay, Amar jumps in at 11. I was going to say Amar nominated Dranzer originally, so I guess a 50-50 shot on whether this is a player he wants or just somebody, you know, he nominated to see how the chips fall. But we're going to go once. Dranzer going once to Amar for 11. Dranzer going twice to Amar for 11. Okay, Wiz at 12. You know, Wiz should know this because we both suffer from the same affliction, but typing this much with carpal tunnel sucks. So could you just draft your player, please? Going once to Wiz for 12. Going twice to Wiz for 12. Dranzer is sold to Wiz for $12. So that's gonna leave Wiz with $5 and a pretty solid team so far. Stal and Dranzer. Yes, you may have a quick moment. I need to break my fast. Yeah, so let's recap the team so far. Once again, you know, still 2 captains that have not drafted anybody yet. I know when you're back, please. Desparrow and Lang. It better be a frosted Pop-Tart. I don't know about these crazy people. Have you seen these people? They eat the plain Pop-Tarts without frosting on them? What the fuck is wrong with those people, man? Disgusting. It's like eating a desert. Blueberry desert in your mouth. You gotta have that wild berry Pop-Tart. The purple one with the frosting. That's where it's at, man. Desparrow and Lang, good team. Nexus and Skull Rush. Ninja Dog still waiting for his first player. Poto and Tiger, of course, they've played together many times, so excited to see what they can do. Amar still waiting for his first player. And X-Wiz is the first captain to get 2 people on his team, so it's Wiz, Stal, and Dranzer so far with $5 left. Alright, Desparrow is back. Up next is X-Wiz. Waiting. Sharp for $1. Poto jumps in at 3. Desparrow jumps in at 9. So this will be the last. I got distracted. I thought I was going to sneeze. That's as much as. Okay. So Desparrow's out of that one. Amar jumps in at 10. Nexus jumps in at 11. Sharp going once to Nexus at $11. Okay. Amar jumps in at 12. Going once to Amar for 12. Nexus back in it at 13. Just joking. Ninja Dog out of nowhere comes in at 15. Nexus goes max bid at 16. So it's going to be up to either Ninja Dog or Amar if they want to beat Nexus's bid. Sharp going to Nexus at $16. Anyone gonna? Okay. Nexus is out of that one, and it's just up to Ninja Dog and Amar at this point. Yes, we know, Nexus. I can do math. Thank you very much. Going once. Sharp. Okay. Amar in at 18. Sharp going once to Amar at 18. Sharp going twice to Amar at 18. Oh, I was about to hit enter. Ninja Dog jumps in at 19. And not happy about it. Amar is not happy about that. Sharp going once to Ninja Dog at 19. Sharp going twice to Ninja Dog at 19. What are you gonna do? 20. Amar at 20. Thank you. Thank you very much. It is nice. I will agree with Disparel. It is very nice that Sharp is getting some recognition for just playing really, really well over the last couple seasons across various leagues. Very well deserved on his part. Okay. Sharp for 21. Ninja Dog. Exciting. Sometimes even I get confused, guys. Okay. I was about to type going twice, or going once, going twice. Okay. Ah! 22. Sharp for 22. As Tiger says, because everyone else retired. That may be true. Easy to say when you're the one who went for 26, isn't it? Going twice, Sharp going twice to Amar for 22. Will Ninja Dog jump in at the last second? No. Sharp is officially sold to Amar for $22. That was fun. But at what cost? I just told you, 22. Okay. Wiz nominates again, right? Was Wiz the one that nominated? I think so. Alright, Ninja Dog still waiting for his first draft pick. Who will it be? Who will it be? Okay, waiting for Wiz. We're just waiting. Waiting. Maybe I can change the music. Oh, I see typing. Dragon for $1. Dragon for $1. Anybody? Okay, Nexus for 2. Poto at 3. That's as much as Poto can bid, but no one has topped him just yet. So we're gonna have Dragon going to Poto once for $3. We're gonna have Dragon going twice to Poto for $3. Okay, Disparel jumps in at 4. Ninja Dog at 5. Poto says die. I don't disagree. That was pretty lame of them to do that. However, here we are, going once to Ninja Dog for 5. Alright. Dragon going twice to Ninja Dog for 5. Sold. Dragon is sold to Ninja Dog for $5. So that is, excuse me, Ninja Dog's first pick. So now every captain has a player that they have drafted, which is good. Good for them. Amara's up next to nominate. Still a lot of money left on the board for Disparel, Nexus, and Ninja Dog. Obviously, Ninja Dog sitting at 25 can basically control, the draft and who he wants. So it'll be just up to the nominations and who gets nominated. Amar, let me get Salt Mine 1. Okay, Poto jumps in at 3. Wiz at 5, so that's going to cap Wiz. If anyone bids over him, that'll be it. So, okay, that takes Wiz out. Amar jumps in at $6. Ninja Dog at 7. Disparel at 9. I also enjoy seeing Salt Mine get some love. That guy's like a fucking robot. Not just in his personality, but also in how he plays. Salt Mine going once. Okay, Nexus jumps in at 7. That takes out Disparel. So really the only person that can outbid Nexus is Ninja Dog. So will he do it? Will he do it? Salt Mine going once to Nexus for 10. Salt Mine going twice to Nexus for 10. Ninja Dog jumps in the last second at 11. Nexus can still bid more if he wants, but we're going to have Salt Mine. Okay. And he did just that. Nexus jumps in at 12. So we're kind of back and forth between Nexus and Ninja Dog at this point. Nobody's going out, so that tells me Ninja Dog could jump in and raise the price a little bit higher if he wants. We'll see. Salt Mine going twice to Nexus for 12. Salt Mine is sold to Nexus for 12. It's going to leave Nexus with $5. All right. Poto is up next. So Nexus and Wiz have the only two captains that have drafted 2 players at this point. Poto nominates Legion for 3. Legion for 3. Okay. Disparel jumps in at 9. The only person that can beat Disparel is Ninja Dog. So we're just going to go once here because Ninja Dog should know at this point, hopefully. Okay, Ninja Dog at 10. Sold. Okay, Ninja Dog grabs Legion for 10. And Ninja Dog is still in a great position. He still has the most money left and can still control who he wants to draft. Let's see who he nominates with $15. Will it be somebody he wants? Will it be somebody he wants to get off the board? I should be like fed information from these captains, and what they're going to do so I can properly commentate on it. That would be great, but I don't think anyone likes me that much. So still a lot of names on the board. We have 1, 2, 3. Everyone needs their third pick. So we got 9 players left to be chosen. Ninja Dog asks for 1 second. So as you can see from the board, but I'll go through it. Disparel, Ninja Dog has the most money left, 15. After him is Disparel at 10. Then we got Amar with 8. Wiz and Nexus both have 5, and Poto with 4. So I think the difference is, like, let's say I was Nexus and Wiz, right? If they both want the same player, it's going to come down to whoever says 5 first on my screen as to who they get. So, yeah, pretty interesting. Why are people mean to Legion? I also won a championship with Legion. And I played in the other finals with Legion too. Legion's a good guy. Good player. Good content. Yes, everybody's fasting. I mean, look, guys, there's only so much talking I can do before I don't want to hear myself anymore. So this league is played on Zandronum. And we have an appearance from Legion himself. Content and the creation thereof. Correct. Still waiting for Ninja Dog. Rabid Wolf. Now there's a name I haven't seen in a long time. He's sitting in jail somewhere, probably. Shane for 15. Alright. Well, that wraps up Ninja Dog. Decided to draft whoever he wanted. Alright, Ninja Dog is out. His full team is Ninja Dog, Dragon, Legion, and Shane. Pretty great. Pretty good. Thanks for participating, Ninja Dog. Dragon and Legion have played on okay. I've been nominated for $5. Going once to Nexus for $5. Going twice to Nexus for $5. Sold. Okay. Human Bones, whoever that is, has been sold to Nexus for $5, and that wraps up Nexus's team. I've played with everybody on this team except for Nexus himself, so exciting. I'm sure I probably won't even get an opportunity to play in a game, but that's okay. Pretty good team there. Nexus, Skull Rush, Salt Mine, Human Bones. Alright. Sparrow is up next. Sparrow also has an opportunity to really pick who he wants. I mean, in a way, right? Like, if he was so sure that he was going to pick, you know, a third, and that was going to be it, and then it didn't matter who their fourth was, yeah, he could go ahead and just do a $9 bid right now, and take who he wants, so that way he doesn't, you know, have to worry about Amar. But, you know, it's going to depend. I mean, some great players left out there. I could see him picking Toby. I could see him picking Aliens. I could see him picking Christian, Seneca. I didn't take Shane off the board. So sorry. Mertz. That's how I decided during WL to pronounce his name. Mertz. Mertz is also available. You never know. You never know. He's breaking his fast again. That's twice in an hour. Oh my god, I'm just reading the fucking general chat now. It's gonna be rough. Alright, let's see. Disparol nominated Vinny for 1. Wiz at 5. Only person that can outbid him is Amar. Going once to Wiz. Going twice to Wiz. Vinny, by the way. Vinny for $1. Did I not say that? Maybe I did. Sold. Alright. That's going to wrap up Wiz's team. Vinny for 5. So it's Wiz, Style, Dranzer, and Vinny. We're going to skip Ninja Dog and Nexus. Kodo is up. Sorry. Disparol actually nominates again. I forgot. It loops around, and I'm just so ready to be done with Disparol, you know what I mean? Marine Guy for 3. Poto also says 3. But Amar jumps in at 4, so going once to Amar for 4. Disparol at 7. So that is going to wrap it up there on that one. Nobody can beat it. So Marine Guy for 7. gonna leave Disperal with $3. Let's take him out of the thing here. Okay. Now Poto is up. Poto's still looking for, well, really Poto and Amar are still looking for their thirds here. They have only drafted one player each. I'm glad that you caught that, Marine Guy, that you weren't on the list. I apologize. Not that I think you would have been drafted regardless, but okay, Poto nominates Mertz for $1. Mertz is going once to Poto for $1. Mertz is going twice to Poto for $1. Alright. Mertz is sold to Poto for $1. Leaving Poto still with $3. And we've got Amar up next to nominate. And Amar has the luxury here again of choosing really who he wants, so see what he does. Seneca for $1. You know, I was gonna say, I just Seneca's sitting all alone over there. Nobody's been picking him. Seneca is going once to Amar for $1. Okay. Seneca going twice to Amar for $1. Alright, Seneca sold to Amar for $1. Still leaving him with 7. And we're going to loop back around to here. I don't think I just spoke proper English, but we're looping back around. Amar chooses again, or nominates again. Music's getting intense, guys. Where was this shit during the first 2 picks? Patiently waiting. Aliens 1. Poto jumps in at 3. So if Amar wanted, he could beat Poto's, and he did. I know Poto wanted aliens. And Amar is going to walk away with some extra money on the board. Who nominates now? Poto does. So Poto, you can choose who you want, or you can get in some random bidding war with Disperal over a couple dollars here. But anyway, that wraps up Amar's team. So it's Amar, Sharp, Seneca, and Aliens. At least as standing, you know. Haven't seen too many trades in the last couple leagues, but you never know. You never know. Pick who you want. Pick who you want. I guess it's Toby. I called it. Sold. By the way, Toby and Poto just won the WDL finals together, so easy pick, I am sure. So that wraps up Poto's team. Despiral is the last one. Despiral pick. Poto, Tiger, Mertz, and Toby. It's a cool team. Last pick here, guys. Last pick. Last pick. It's a tough decision, you know? Christian, $1. All right. There you go. That is our draft, folks. Let's take a minute to discuss. Let me get the music off. And then we'll do a little bit of this. 1 second. So, yeah. Can I do a split screen? I know I can do a split screen, right? That looks terrible. That also looks terrible. I can't win. How about this? All right, I guess we can block my face. That's fine. So yeah, pretty exciting. I'll go through the teams really quickly, and then we'll chat a little bit about who's left over and go from there. So Desperil's team is Desperil, Lang, Marine Guy, and Christian. Nexus's team is Nexus, Skull Rush, Salt Mine, Human Bones. Ninja Dog is Ninja Dog, Dragon, Legion, and Shane. Poto is Poto, Tiger, Mertz, and Toby. Amar, Sharp, Seneca, Aliens, and X-Wizard, Stal, Dranzer, and Vinny. So, yeah, pretty exciting. I thought there was a lot of bidding back and forth, so I liked that. I thought it was a pretty strategic draft for a lot of these captains. There's a lot of familiar combinations, I would say, between the players. Like I mentioned, Poto and Toby just won in the WDL together, so they're familiar with each other. Poto and Tiger have played together before. They may have won. So many fucking seasons at this point, I can't remember. Desperal and Lang, I think they've played together before, but they're a good combination. Wiz and Stal just played together last season in the WDL, so they're familiar with each other as well. Yeah, I mean, I played with Skull Rush last season, so I'm really looking forward to it. Actually, I think the map list is fun. The exhibition league too is going to be great. So all of the players below in the free agency, I mean, you're not. I guess you're not forced to play in the exhibition league, right? But the exhibition league is there, and it's going to be a good opportunity for them to really showcase themselves and showcase, what they can do, and just be prepared and ready to jump in. I think everybody at some point in time, as a captain, has had to use a free agent throughout the season. So just being available and being ready. Even in the playoffs, like I've seen people get thrown onto a team in the playoffs, and I don't know the specific rules in this league, but like in the WDL, if you get pulled into a game in the playoffs, you're on that team like for the rest of the season. So there's always going to be opportunity for people to play, and the exhibition league is going to be fun to see that. So that's pretty much all I got. I don't know, what else we can cover, but I will be, continuing with the Redemption Radio, every week. We'll see who joins. Hopefully, somebody else joins, so I don't have to sit here and talk to myself, because I don't wanna hear myself talk for an hour or whatever, but, super exciting. I wanna thank, uh, Wiz and Nexus and everybody else for letting me do this draft. I always have fun doing these and, just looking forward to having a good season. So I will see everybody, on radio in the coming weeks, and yeah, see you guys then.